Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got for you this absolutely gorgeous Hyundai IX35, and as always I'm going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with. Now, like I said, this is a Hyundai iX35 SE NAV CRDI, finished in black. It has a 1.7 liter diesel engine and it puts out 115 brake horsepower. It was first registered on the 20th of February 2014, so although it is a 63 plate, it is a 2014 car, and it's got a valid MOT until the 12th of November 2026, so it comes with 12 months MOT. The annual road tax is £195, which is not bad considering the size of the car. And insurance group is very low as well. It's 17E, so that's low on the insurance bracket, which basically means it's not going to break the bank to insure this thing. CO2 output is 139 grams per kilometer. And in terms of fuel economy, you can expect to get 44 miles per gallon around town, 58 miles per gallon on a motorway run, with a combined fuel economy of 48 miles per gallon. These are the manufacturer's figures, so obviously you can take these with a pinch of salt because they are being these numbers are coming from like enclosed spaces where they run these tests, and obviously you have to take in account the amount of people you have in the car, the road surface, the tires, and all that, the weather and all that. So obviously the figures might vary a little bit. In terms of performance, it's got 108 miles per hour top speed limit, and it's got a 0 to 60 time of 12.4 seconds. Like I said, the last MOT passed without any advisories, and the one before that passed without any advisories as well. It has 2 previous owners. The car's just been serviced, and it will come with 3 months warranty as standard, as all my cars do. The alloys are in good condition, as you can see. Obviously there is plenty of tread on the tires because obviously it's just been MOT'd and it passed without any advisories, like I said. And then the interior is in really good condition. You do have front electric windows, you've got rear electric windows as well. The seats are in good condition, with the exception, I'll show you now, there's a small little crack just here. This is perfectly normal. It's not ripped, it's just the leather that's cracking up a little bit. And it's the same thing on the driver's side as well. It is perfectly normal and it does happen with leather basically, but it's nothing you can do about that, I'm afraid. But like I said, it's not ripped, it's not torn, it's just a little bit cracked. That's it. Glove box, nice and big, plenty of space in there. I mean, you've got the owner's manual, which is pretty much an encyclopedia. I mean, good luck reading through all of that. But the glove box is nice and big, and you also have, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can see in there, you've got AC, so the glove box is cooled as well. I've moved this and now I can't close it anymore. There you go. So the glove box is cooled. In the summer, if you've got a drink or a sandwich or something like that, you can put them in the glove box, turn the AC on, and they will keep them nice and cool for you. Right, let's have a quick look over at the rear. So plenty of space in the back here, and really nice materials coming to the rear of the car as well, not just the front. You do have, like I said, electric windows over on the rear, but you also have heated seats on the rear as well, which is an option that you don't see on too many cars. But it's nice to have them. The rear seats, on the other hand, are immaculate. They are in pristine condition. There you go, immaculate. So yeah, they are in very good condition. You do have a center armrest in here with 2 cup holders, which again is perfect for the rear passengers. And you also have these little back pockets where kids can put their snacks, iPads, stuff like that. Sorry about the glare from the sun. But yeah, there is plenty of space in there as well. The driver also has lumbar support, and I'm showing you this now because I might forget it by the time I get to the driver's seat. So you do have lumbar support for the driver, which again is a nice bonus. Rear alloy, again, really good condition, and like I said, the tires are fantastic condition. Moving over to the rear, you've got rear parking sensors, but you also have a reversing camera as well, and that's nice and clear so you can see exactly what's happening behind you. The boot is absolutely massive. There's plenty of space in the boot, as you can see, and obviously the seats do fold down, so you get a nice big loading area. You get a 12-volt socket in the boot here as well. Again, that's really good, especially if you want to plug in like a mini fridge or like a vacuum or something like that. And then underneath the false floor, you also have a full-size spare tire with all the kit and everything that you need to change it. Again, that is a unicorn these days as well. You don't really see cars that come with like spare tires anymore. You also have this parcel shelf, which covers all your valuables and it keeps them hidden from prying eyes. Once you close the boot, you can't see anything inside. And then obviously this retracts just like that. Right, let's move over to the driver's side. Again, just to quickly show you how the alloy looks. Again, it's really good condition. And then just behind the driver, it's exactly the same as on the other side, obviously, but just to show you. Like I said, the seats are in fantastic condition on the back here. And you do have ISOFIX points on the two outer seats. So on this one and that one over there, you've got ISOFIX points. So perfect for putting like child seats in here. And let's have a quick look over at the driver's side. So driver's side door opens nice and wide, so it's very easy to get in and out of. And then over here you obviously have controls for all four windows. That's to lock the windows. That's to lock the windows. That's to lock the doors. You also have electrically adjustable mirrors, and this is for your folding mirrors as well, and they do work absolutely fine. Press that and then the mirrors unfold. Right, driver's seat, again, it's in good condition with the exception of that little crack that I showed you, and it does happen mainly on this side because you rub your thighs when you get in and out on this side more than you do obviously on the other side. So that's the side that sees the most wear, but again, it doesn't affect the car in any way. But I'm pointing these things out because I want you to know exactly what you're coming to see, especially if you're driving from God knows where. It's best if you know exactly what you're buying. I'm just going to quickly pop the bonnet. There's not much to see under there. Let me just quickly show you this alloy. Again, really good condition, and this is a brand new tire. It still has those little lines. I don't think I've done more than like 5 miles since the tire's been put on. But let's have a quick look. So to open the bonnet, there is a latch just above the Hyundai logo, and that's how the engine looks like. I've mentioned this in previous videos numerous times. The engine bay is something I don't like to clean. Not because of laziness or anything, it's purely because I believe that if you go and see a car and it's got a clean engine bay, there's two reasons for that. And I've said this numerous times and I will keep saying it because there's obviously new people watching videos all the time. So the reason I don't clean the engine bays is because you could have two scenarios. Like I said, A, you're buying the car from a private seller and he absolutely loved his car. He was cleaning the plastics and putting tire shine and stuff like that every single day of his life, and he obviously likes to keep his engine bay clean. He puts like back to black on it and everything, so it makes it nice and shiny. That's option A. Option B, which is the more realistic one, is when there's been a massive coolant leak or an oil explosion or something like that, and the seller wants to get rid of the evidence, if I can say that. So he jets wash the engine or something like that, and then you go there, you see the car, it's all nice and clean and everything, but you don't know what other conditions might be lying underneath that cleanliness, if I can say that. So yeah. Plus, it's obviously not a good idea to jet wash the engines. They're not like old cars anymore where you can literally throw a bucket of water on them and it'll be fine. There's so many sensors and electronics and stuff like that. Some cars, this one doesn't, but some cars actually have the picture of a jet wash with a crossed sign next to it saying that do not jet wash it, because obviously you've got all the fuses and everything in there, and let's be honest, electricity and water don't mix very well together. So yeah, I just don't like cleaning them. This is how an engine should look like. It's an engine that's been obviously running, and I think this is the most natural way to see an engine. Anyway, let's put one down. Let's have a quick look over inside the cabin. So starting over from this side over here, this is to change the intensity of the lights in the dashboard. Obviously you've got your key slot in there. Let me just move the seat back a little bit. Right, here we go. Right, so let's start the car, and then we're gonna start with the steering wheel and then work our way towards the center console. So all the lights come on as they should. Car starts straight away on the button. Shush. Right. So steering wheel, nice and chunky. It is leather wrapped as well, so it will stand the test of time. Unlike the rubber plasticky ones that you get in some cars, which wear off, basically they just disappear in your hands. This is nice and leather, so it will be very sturdy. It is a multifunction steering wheel, so you've got your volume up and down, that's to change different tracks, mode, voice assistant, that's to answer and to reject a phone call, your trip button, and then over here you've got your cruise control. Behind the steering wheel over here you've got your lights, and you can probably see you do also have auto lights as well, so you can flick this to auto like this, and then you don't need to worry about turning the lights on and off. The car will do that on its own. And then moving over here to the wipers, you also have auto on the wipers as well. So again, the car will turn the wipers on and off as and when it needs to. You got your, I'm just holding my hand against the sun just so you can see better in there. So you got the dashboard over there. As you can see, there are no warning lights in the dash whatsoever. Starting from the left, the big analog clock there, that's your rev counter. Then you've got your water temperature over there. Up here, you've got the odometer and the fuel remaining. So it's got fuel for 80 miles and the odometer reads 80,019 miles. Over to the right, you've got the speedometer, and then in the middle there you've got your fuel gauge as well. So it's very, very easy to read the dashboard on here. Moving over a little bit to the center console, I love that this is made really nice and symmetrical. You got your main unit at the top here, so as you can see it does come with sat nav, and then over here you've got your radio, so right now it's on hard. The eldest daughter. The sound system is absolutely amazing on this thing. It sounds mint. And then down here you've got media. Again, this is to select different tracks, dark mode, map, nav, settings, information, and your phone connectivity as well. If I pop the car in reverse, you have the parking camera coming up straight away, the reversing camera coming up straight away. And you probably heard that beep as well, that's from the parking sensors. Moving a little bit lower, you've got your airbag, hazard lights, and the seat belt. So if that light is on, that means somebody hasn't put the seat belt on. Again, sorry about the glare, it's literally the sun is right there, so I'm trying to hold my hand, because if I move it right now, the hand is here. If I move my hand, you straight away get that glare there, that light. So let's try and do that. Right, over here, you have your traction control, hill descent assist, and that one up there is to change the position of the headlamps. And then over here, you've got your climate control. So you do have a dual zone climate control, which basically means you can have two separate temperatures for both the driver and the passenger. And then over here, you've got, let me see if I do this. Oh yeah. So this is the front window, and it is a heated windscreen, so you can actually, if you press that button, it will heat up the windscreen and it will demist it and defrost it a lot quicker than just a conventional having like warm air blowing out the vent there. And then over here you have your rear window defrost as well. like I said, this is your climate control. So this is to adjust the temperature for the passenger. That's to adjust the temperature for the driver. AC, that's to turn it off. Front window defrost, this is the regular one. This is to have air going to the rear. So it blows air over your head and it goes straight to the rear. This is to the front vents, down at your feet. And this is your recirculation button. And then over here, you've got your plus and minus, so this is to change the fan speed, and then you got auto in here as well. Moving a little bit lower, you've got the two buttons for this heated seats, so here and there, plus your parking sensors. And then moving a little bit lower than that, you also have in the middle an auxiliary port and a USB port, and you also have two 12-volt sockets, one next to the other, which is cool to have two 12-volt sockets in there, plus some additional storage in front of them there. 6-speed manual gearbox. It goes through all the gears, beautiful. It's buttery smooth. There's no crunches or anything. The clutch is bang on in the middle, exactly what it should be. It's not slipping or anything like that. It's exactly how it should be. You got two cup holders here with your locking wheel nut. Good old manual handbrake. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of manual handbrakes, purely because they very rarely go wrong, and when they do go wrong, they are usually cheap to fix. So that's a bonus in my mind. And then over here, you've got a nice chunky armrest. Look how thick that is. And then you open that up, and you got plenty of storage underneath that as well. Moving a little bit higher here, so you've got your auto dimming rear view mirror, so you can see these sensors here. So if you've got somebody behind you driving with the high beams on, the mirror will automatically dim itself so you don't get dazzled by the car behind you. You can turn that feature off just by pressing this middle button here. I wouldn't recommend turning it off because it is for your benefit. At the top here, top right, you've got a compass. So right now the car is facing towards southeast. So as you're driving, that will change to either northwest, south, or east, and it depends the position. So sometimes it will say southeast, northwest, and so on. But it's nice to have a compass. At the top here, you've got your interior lights, which were set to stay on as long as the door is open, and obviously the door is open. And then behind here is one of the greatest inventions in the history of mankind, and that is a sunglass holder. Because I don't know if you can see it. Well, you can probably see it in the mirror there. I am wearing my sunglasses right now, and I'm always wearing my sunglasses, and I always loved having a sunglass holder in the car, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Over here, you've got a sun visor with a vanity mirror, as you can see here. Plus, you've got an interior light for the vanity mirror as well, and that turns off as you're closing this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, you can't see it. But basically, if you close this, it'll automatically press this button and it will switch it off. Another cool little invention from Hyundai. Well, I don't think they've invented it, but it's definitely in their car here. We'll just zoom this out. So obviously, if you've got a sun coming from your right, you can take the sun visor, move it here, but you always have this little gap here in between, like the B pillar and the sun visor. Hyundai thought of that, and they've given you this sun visor extender, and this extends exactly to cover your eyes so you don't get any glare from the sun, which I think is a brilliant invention. Again, all cars should have this. I don't understand why don't all cars have this. But anyway, let's close this. That's closed. That's closed. On the wing mirrors, you probably notice it, as the previous owner had those little blind spot mirrors. Now, you can remove them if you want, but I strongly recommend using them because they are very helpful, especially on motorway driving. I don't know about you, but for example, so right now I've got a car that has a blind spot system, so I don't do it anymore. But what I used to do before changing lanes, I don't just look in the mirror to see if there's a car so I can change lane. What I normally do is I look in the mirror and then I take a quick glimpse that side, then I look forward, then I change then I change lanes. And the reason I do that, I don't know if I'm the only one that does it, I hope not, But the reason I do that is because usually that mirror has a massive blind spot, right? So, for example, that person is not in my mirror anymore, so I couldn't have seen him, but he is here, obviously. So that was probably the prime example. um, that's not a, I wasn't set up or anything. It's literally just somebody walking their dog. But that is the perfect example, right? So you got a car in your blind spot. You could literally have a van, or probably, I don't want to go as far as to say a lorry, because lorries are quite long, so you might be able to see it. But you could have a large vehicle in your blind spot and you wouldn't know it's there. And you could just drive along, take a quick glimpse in the wing mirror. You see nothing there, and you assume there's nothing there, and then you start changing lanes, and then all of a sudden you hear a honk, and then right next to you there's a massive lorry, um, telling you to go back into your lane, basically. Um, Now, if you don't have this habit of looking there and then straight over your shoulder, like I used to do, and then change lanes, then trust me, those little blind spot mirrors help so much. You can see so much of like your blind spot. So you can take a quick glimpse in the big mirror. If you don't see anything, just literally takes you half a second just to look in that small little mirror. If there's nothing there, you can just keep going, change lanes, and then you are all good. So you can take them off if you want. I would probably recommend you leaving them on, but again, it's entirely up to you. Right, I think that is pretty much it. There's not much else to tell you. It drives absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I can't fault this car in any way, shape, or form. Um, Let me just. Right. Let's go and park this up. Handbrake down. Clutch. The biting point on the clutch. Honestly, I've had very few cars with a biting point as good as this one. That's gonna go right in front of my Ford Kuga here, which somebody inquired about, and then they've pulled a David Blaine on me, where basically they just completely disappeared off the face of the world. It does happen. Happens more often than you think. Now, having the reverse camera helps a lot, because then I can see how close I am to whatever I'm reversing into. There we go. So quite close, and then you could hear the parking sensors working as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else I can tell you. If you have any questions, queries, burning issues, anything like that, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you are interested in the car, you can get in touch. You can find me on 01684 355 032, or you can just go into the website, which is www.vindemautos.co.uk, or you can just email me at vindemautos@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.